Stihl 029, 039, MS 290, MS 310, MS 390, carburetor reinstallation. We have installed pulse line, our crankcase impulse line, fuel line, and we have rebuilt the carburetor, short rebuild, and that is upper lower diaphragms, pumps, gaskets, needle and seat, and pivot rod and spring. Continuing with that, we're going to install this little ring here. Goes inside the intake boot. You'll notice there are flats on either side, and they are to be next to the studs coming out of that plastic piece, the carburetor bolts. It gently sits in there like so. And this is the boot retainer. These grooves here go around the studs. Like so. And the carburetor next, and we have set that to a turning quarter out on both high and low sides, and the limiter tabs are snipped. With that, we're going to install the throttle rod while we're here. I found that it's much easier to do with the carb off the saw. It is possible, but it's difficult. Now, these being new lines, the fuel line in particular, I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and install the fuel line onto the carburetor. That way we know we're getting the correct depth of seat. Pulse line is automatically held in place, not automatically, but by design. Okay. Okay. There we are. Now I'm going to press the throttle linkage rod in. I'm also depressing the trigger lock in my left hand to bring up and expose the place where the throttle rod snaps in place. And we'll gently press down. You heard it snap in place, and we are hooked back up. 2 5mm nuts. Thread those on. I also point out to you this sleeve here. Fella's got a video about that. It will cause, it won't let the carb suck in dirt, but it will make starting difficult and possibly make running difficult if that rubber piece right here is not installed. Well, it will suck dirt too, because that closes off the back side of your breather. So I told you wrong there. That is very important. You have to close that off. But those two seal against each other. You get a pulse effect from the cylinder to this. Supposedly makes it run more efficient. Definitely, if you've not got that blocked off or sealed, you're going to suck dirt into your engine. But anyway, go to this point. I think it's a 8mm. Yes, it is. 8mm millimeter socket or wrench, either one will work. Run that down there. Now this does many things. This seals off the cylinder. It pushes the impulse line and fuel lines into the carburetor, and this is all part of the pressure and the filtration and cleanliness of the fuel and air mixture. Many things go on right here, so all this needs to be correct. Check the functioning of your throttle rod. Put all your wiring in the proper places. Make sure that your choke assembly works. Choke on, choke off, fast throttle. Everything works. Keel. Alright, reinstallation of the air filter assembly. Another good idea here, ever so often, 30 hours or so, replace your spark plug. When you've gone this far, you're right here at it, go ahead and do that as well. Alright, there you have it. Impulse line or crankcase pulse line, fuel line, filter. I made mention to you that we took that off at the time of disassembly to pull that fuel line. I have misplaced it. Here it is. Alright, using this handy dandy device, peer down into the tank and locate the line. Fish it out. Install your Stihl fuel filter. Alright, and once again, we feel it click into place, and like I said, that comes with experience and knowing when that click happens. We are installed, so push that back down in there, and it should somewhat realign itself, but alright, we are finished. Now the final tuning should be done with the bar and chain on. Idle speed set somewhere between 27 and 2,700, 3,000 RPM. Under just before clutch engagement. Off the throttle, the clutch should disengage. Wide open throttle, I like it 4-stroking with no load. And on what I do, I tune it by ear, and that is a burble at wide open. I don't want it freewheeling, free winding with no load. Alright, thank you for watching.